were you told by anybody serving in His Majesty's government that you should in any way, shape or form slow down or minimise payments or redress to sub-postmasters?
Yeah, let me just answer that question so I think you used the phrase nod and a wink. So let me say exactly what took place. She said in response to that, this is no time for long-term planning. She said money is tight at the Treasury and you need to really understand that. And I said, well, in terms of trying to hold back, there are only three levers of big cash outflows that we can pull. One is the inquiry costs, which are significant. One is compensation, and one is the replacement to Horizon, which is the biggest lever. And she said, again, repeated again, money is very tight. This is no time to rip off the Band-Aid. And I was left in no doubt that this was not a time to rip off the Band-Aid, and I'll have to look at those three levers. So, and I went back to, I sent the note. It was such an unusual conversation that I did a full note of it, actually putting in quotation marks what I was told. And so I went, and of course I was accused of being a liar until thankfully I found this note and getting it right. So that is the full story of what took place. So I think.
Can I just be really
so
clear?
So your nod and a wink phrase was I thought, well, that just about sums it up.
So you came away from the meeting with Sarah Mumby fairly clear that you had been asked to minimise cost, including the costs of compensation.
Yeah, those are the three levers, of which compensation was about one.
Now, the Secretary of State, in her letter to me last Friday, says that these claims are completely fictitious and you have changed your story. Is that true?
I haven't at all. I think, of course, at the time, she said that they were lies because, of course, I couldn't find the file notes, so she said there was sort of a lie and it couldn't have been said. Since then, the tone of what she was saying about me has changed because, of course, I found the file note, thankfully. So I can only rest by the file note and the story which I've told you, which is my best recollection.
But the Secretary of State also says that your email dated 6th of January 2023 does not mention specifically compensation, and she is praying that in aid as evidence in her accusations against you.
Well, I think it's important that file note was not a verbatim comment of everything that took place. I mean, it was the particular phrases she used which I thought set the tone of what I was being asked. If it had been a verbatim file note of all the things I've talked about, it would have been a 3-page file note, but that's not what I set out to do. I set out to just say that this is the thrust of the conversation, and that's what I went through with Nick Reed afterwards.
Click here for a video about swing voters.